Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Picture this for a moment. A 40-year-old man living 30,000 years ago in a harsh wilderness wakes up at dawn, tracks a large animal for hours across rugged terrain, sprints in short bursts to close the distance, helps carry a heavy carcass weighing well over 100 pounds back to camp, builds or repairs shelters using logs and natural materials, gathers plants and roots while constantly moving, and remains ready to defend his group from predators or rival tribes, all without any modern equipment, supplements, or air-conditioned gyms. His body was a finely tuned machine of strength, endurance, and resilience. Now fast forward to today. The average modern adult in their 30s often feels completely winded after climbing just 2 flights of stairs, struggles with basic groceries, and spends most of their day sitting at desks or scrolling on phones. The contrast is shocking, so today we are answering the big question in depth: why exactly were ancient humans dramatically stronger, fitter, tougher, and more physically capable than most of us are in the modern world? We will explore the rock-solid scientific evidence, the key lifestyle differences that built their superior bodies, the reasons our strength has declined so sharply, and most importantly, practical steps you can start taking right now to reclaim some of that lost ancestral power. If this topic fires you up and you want to build a stronger version of yourself, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe for more content on human potential, and let's get into it right away. Let's begin with the undeniable proof that our ancestors truly were stronger. This is not mythology or exaggeration. It comes straight from anthropology, archaeology, biomechanics studies, and observations of remaining hunter-gatherer societies. When researchers examine ancient skeletons from Paleolithic times, they consistently find thicker, denser bones with much larger muscle attachment points compared to modern humans. These features indicate significantly greater muscle mass and the ability to generate and withstand powerful forces on a daily basis. Even Neanderthals, our close relatives, possessed robust skeletal structures optimized for explosive power and endurance in cold, demanding environments. Studies on contemporary traditional tribes, such as the Hadza people of Tanzania or the Ake in Paraguay, reveal impressive real-world performance. These individuals display superior grip strength, remarkable explosive power for short efforts, and especially outstanding cardiovascular endurance that allows them to cover long distances while hunting or foraging with minimal fatigue. One fascinating study measuring daily energy expenditure showed that while most of us remain largely sedentary, our ancestors engaged in constant, varied physical activity that shaped their physiology. Their bodies were literally forged in the fire of survival demands rather than artificial, isolated gym exercises. We often congratulate ourselves on being the most advanced humans ever because of technology and comfort, but when it comes to raw physical capability, many experts argue we have actually experienced a noticeable regression in strength and resilience over the last few centuries. So what were the main reasons ancient humans developed and maintained such impressive strength levels? There are 5 core factors that work together powerfully. First and foremost is their constant functional movement. Life back then involved walking anywhere from 8 to 15 miles or more every single day, frequently while carrying tools, water, firewood, young children, or harvested food. They sprinted when chasing prey or escaping danger, climbed trees and rocky outcrops for safety or resources, threw spears and stones with precision, dug into the earth for tubers and roots, and hauled heavy loads over uneven ground. This created truly well-rounded athleticism, including rock-solid core stability, powerful legs built for both endurance and power, exceptional grip and forearm strength from constant tool use, and cardiovascular systems that could sustain effort for hours. Unlike today's scheduled workouts that often focus on single muscle groups or machines, their training was holistic, unpredictable, and perfectly matched to real survival needs. Second comes their nutrient-dense, whole food diet. Ancient humans consumed what nature directly provided: lean and fatty wild game, nutrient-packed organ meats rich in vitamins and minerals, fresh fish, seasonal berries, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and fibrous tubers. This diet delivered high-quality protein for muscle repair, healthy fats for hormone production, and micronutrients that supported strong bones and efficient energy use. There was virtually no refined sugar, industrial seed oils, or ultra-processed foods that cause inflammation and metabolic chaos. Food served as fuel to build capability rather than just calories that promote fat storage and sluggishness. Third is the powerful role of natural selection in harsh environments. Daily life was full of genuine risks, including predators, injuries, food scarcity, extreme weather, and territorial conflicts. Weaker or less resilient individuals had lower chances of surviving long enough to reproduce, meaning beneficial traits for strength, speed, and toughness were strongly selected for over thousands of generations. In contrast, modern safety nets, medicine, and comfortable living have relaxed these pressures considerably. Fourth involves optimized natural hormone profiles and superior recovery. Consistent exposure to natural sunlight helped regulate circadian rhythms and vitamin D levels, which support testosterone and overall vitality. Sleep followed the natural cycle of day and night without blue light disruption. Stress was acute and short-lived, like a predator encounter, rather than the chronic low-grade pressure many experience today from constant notifications and deadlines. High daily activity levels further boosted growth hormone and recovery capacity. Fifth and finally is the deep sense of purpose behind every movement. Unlike modern exercise that can sometimes feel pointless or repetitive, every physical effort in ancestral life had immediate, meaningful consequences, such as securing food for the family, protecting loved ones, or improving shelter. This created unbreakable mental toughness and intrinsic drive that amplified physical results. Now it is time to face the uncomfortable truth about how modern life has made us weaker. The average person in developed countries sits for 9 to 13 hours per day, often in poor posture. We rely on cars for even short distances, elevators instead of stairs, and machines to handle what used to be manual labor. Our bodies, which evolved over hundreds of thousands of years for constant motion, are now largely understimulated. On top of that, our food supply has changed dramatically. Modern diets are dominated by ultra-processed items loaded with added sugars, refined carbohydrates, industrial oils, and chemical additives that spike blood sugar, promote chronic inflammation, encourage fat accumulation, and impair muscle maintenance. Chronic stress from work pressures, financial worries, information overload, and social media keeps cortisol levels elevated while suppressing testosterone and other beneficial hormones. Most people are chronically sleep-deprived and receive very little natural sunlight, further disrupting recovery and energy systems. We have traded varied, functional, real-world movement patterns for either complete inactivity or highly specialized gym routines that do not always translate to practical strength. Comfort and convenience have become the highest priorities, but true physical adaptation requires regular exposure to manageable challenges and discomfort. The combined outcome is sobering. We face record-high rates of obesity, metabolic disorders, low energy, joint problems, and overall physical fragility, even though we have access to more gyms, workout programs, supplements, and fitness information than any previous generation in history. Fortunately, the story does not end there. The great news is that you do not need to move into a cave or abandon modern society to reclaim much of this ancestral strength. You can intelligently integrate the best principles into your current life. Start by moving daily like your ancestors did. Aim for at least 10,000 steps and incorporate rucking, which means walking with a weighted backpack to simulate carrying loads. Add practical tasks such as carrying groceries by hand, taking stairs, climbing, or performing simple bodyweight circuits that engage multiple muscle groups. Focus your training on functional movements that mimic real-life squats, deadlifts, pull-ups, overhead presses, farmer carries, sled pushes or drags, short sprints, and crawling patterns. These build strength that actually transfers to everyday activities. For nutrition, eat for strength by making protein from quality meat, fish, eggs, and some dairy a priority, while including plenty of vegetables, some fruit, nuts, and healthy fats. Dramatically reduce or eliminate ultra-processed foods and excess sugar. Embrace controlled discomfort through practices like cold showers, sauna or heat exposure when possible, occasional intermittent fasting, and gradually pushing your physical limits in safe ways. Optimize recovery by getting bright natural light exposure shortly after waking, aiming for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep in a cool, dark environment, and managing daily stress through simple breathing techniques or time in nature. The key is consistency over perfection. Choose 1 or 2 changes to implement this week and layer on more as habits form. Countless people who have adopted more ancestral-inspired training, eating, and movement patterns report impressive gains in strength, energy levels, mental clarity, mood stability, and body composition within just a few months. Ancient humans were not mythical superheroes, blessed with special genetics unavailable to us. They simply lived in a way that aligned closely with the biological demands and capabilities our species evolved for over vast periods of time. Constant varied movement, real whole foods, periodic natural challenges, and purposeful daily effort. We now possess the knowledge, science, and tools to thoughtfully combine the best elements of ancestral living with the advantages of modernity. That incredible physical potential still exists inside every one of us. The choice is yours to start activating it. Begin today by moving more, eating better, embracing challenges, and building strength step by step. Your body will respond, and in a sense, your ancient ancestors would be proud of the effort. Drop a comment below and let me know what is one single change you are committing to make this week to get stronger. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like the video, subscribe for more content exploring human potential, ancestral health, evolutionary biology, and practical fitness strategies that actually work. Share this with anyone who wants to break free from modern weakness. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. Now close this video, stand up, and go do something hard that would make your ancestors nod in approval. You have the blood of survivors and warriors flowing through your veins.